waiting for Karen. She will be here momentarily. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have some fun. I'm very tired. I believe in the Blerch. And then there's that one, I know that one. Not gonna go around here. Yeah. So here we are at Beat the Blerch. Marathon and half marathon this morning. It is Saturday morning. And Karen and I are volunteering today. We will be on course. As it turns out, we will be the Blerch today, which is super exciting for me. That wasn't going to be a thing, but now it is. Oh my gosh, they open. They open.
A car full of Blerches. Here we go.
Ready? We're about to be very sexy. Ready? I love it.
Does this make me look fat?
It's just a little. Not really. Not for a Blerch.
Oh my gosh, look at your wings.
So we were told that part of our job today is to get people to quit. Get people to quit. You know, make them stop. Make them just slow down. But the other thing is that people want to get their pictures taken with us. And we're like, we get to be the character. We're the characters. People are gonna wait in line for us.
Go for it, Heather. Oh no. We have couches! Have a seat on the couch! If you want a couch, have a couch! Slow down! Hey, Xbox! Slow down, Xbox! Slow down. Oh yeah.
It's like you can't even see Karen's head.
That's right.
Nutella with cake and stop running. That's right.
Too fast. You guys are too fast. Too fast. Slow down. Oh my gosh. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. So many people. What is this guy over there? I wanted to show you a little bit about what was in the swag bag and then all the other stuff I bought. So this is the t-shirt. This is kind of nice. So, okay, Beat the Blerch. That's the logo. You see all the cake and cupcakes and all that food inside his tummy. And that's the back. You get a bunch of other stuff. These sunglasses were great. It says Beat the Blerch on the side of it. Can you see that? Beat the Blerch on the side of it, and they actually look pretty cool. I like these. I wore these all morning. Bumper sticker. I do not believe in the wall. I believe in the Blerch. Cute little plushy Blerch. I haven't taken them out of the thing yet, but yeah. Then I got, there was candy. There's candy in the swag bag. This is my number, and when we picked up our packets yesterday, Matt Inman, who is the comic strip writer for the oatmeal, he was there and he was signing bibs, and I had him sign something else, so that was really cool. They had the whole layout of all of his games, Exploding Kittens and all of that stuff, so that was really fun. Is the volunteer t-shirt. So because we volunteered, we asked if we could get the orange t-shirt that says volunteer on the back. So as soon as I went to the table where all the oatmeal stuff was, I knew I was in trouble. So I started off with buying the actual book, The Terrible and Wonderful Reasons Why I Run Long Distances. It's really basically a comic book, but it's very good. It's very funny. And he signed it for me. He wrote a little Blerch in there. Matt Inman signed it for me, and it says more cake. So that was really very cool of him. If there's a mug, I gotta get it. I do not believe in the wall. I believe in the Blerch. A couple of magnets, because I don't really know where to put magnets, but I buy them anyway. Again, I've wanted this shirt for a long time. So do not believe in the wall. I believe in the Blerch. Green hat that has all of that 10K half full marathon on the side, and then beat the Blerch with the little Blerch tag on it. I really like this. This is a nice hat. I also got a beanie that has the Blerch on it. Socks to my son. I think my son's gonna get these. And then lastly, I got a hoodie because this looks super cute. This is everything I got. Tomorrow is the half marathon. I am gonna take a nap here before we have dinner, and then probably turn in early because we had a lot of fun, but we're tired. So nap time. So good morning. It is actually race morning here, and I'm up in Carnation, Washington, waiting for my race to start. It is raining a little bit this morning. Surprise, surprise. We're in the Pacific Northwest. But the weather is about 55 degrees. It feels really good. I'm not particularly concerned about this race. What I did decide to do was just, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see how I do on this race. And, you know, maybe I end up with a good POT. Maybe the weather is against me and I don't. But I'm at least going to make the attempt at the beginning of this race, go out strong, see how it feels. Looking at the course and talking with Karen and Kirk, her husband. Here comes Karen. The course isn't as steep as I expected. Look at this, and that she's even got an umbrella for me.
Good morning, people.
But unfortunately, Karen's feeling gross, so she's not gonna run today.
No.
It was a smart decision though.
Yeah, I was up all night coughing.
It was bad. Like,
yeah.
She sounded like she was like, hacking up the lung. So
like I was like a 4-pack a day smoker.
And
yeah.
you know, but I mean, we all know the truth that you're not. But that right there.
Yeah, don't smoke, kids. Let that be a
smoke.
lesson to you.
So I just finished my warm up, and the rain has let up a little bit. I love coming to sea level to run. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm just out for a quick jog and I feel light on my feet. I feel good. So I'm still wearing my rain jacket. I am going to, I don't know if it's a PR effort today. We'll see how I feel. If I start out strong and can sustain that, then we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to this.
Go, Heather, go! You're running too fast. Slow down. Slow down. Go, Heather! Go, go! Get her! Get her!
Congratulations to Heather!
This just nothing about this really should be appealing, and yet it is.
You earned it.
Okay guys, I am back here on my couch with my Blerchandise and my medal. Don't you love this medal? This is so fun. I can't get it open, but there you go. And I want to just give you a few final thoughts about this race. Unfortunately, I did record a final thoughts video at the finish line, and it was a bit too windy, so it didn't pick up a lot of what I was saying. So I'm gonna do that here. First, I have to say a very special thank you to Karen and Kirk for hosting me this weekend. Karen is responsible for a lot of the video that you guys just saw, so very special thanks to her for that as well. They drove me around, they bought me a lot of coffee, and we had a fabulous time. Now, going back to the race itself, first of all, this is everything I expected, and I had so much fun throughout this weekend. Just the race itself was everything I was hoping it would be. Now, for a full race recap, please check out my blog at gofindyourawesome.com. But basically, after I decided to go for that solid effort that I mentioned, it started pouring. Like, not just a light Seattle drizzle, this was downpour, deluge. I was soaking wet from head to toe. So that first 6 miles, all uphill in the rain, it was fun. It actually wasn't that bad. Now, that being said, I felt like I was making very good time. I was pushing hard up that hill. That wasn't a factor. The rain actually didn't bother me so much. At a certain point, I just said, you know what? this is as wet as I'm gonna get. But the mental concentration for the trail. Now, it wasn't crushed gravel. It was gravel with chunks about that size. And it was a bit loose in spots, not to mention it was wet, lots of puddles, kind of slick. So once I hit the turnaround at 6.5 miles, I was going uphill and my legs are used to it. I'm feeling good. I turn around and I start coming back downhill and my legs started feeling wobbly. They just did not quite know what to do with a downhill incline. So it took a mile or two to kind of figure out what my legs needed to be doing. I was still keeping a pretty good clip. I still felt pretty good, but I could tell that physically things were starting to hurt. My feet hurt more than normal at that point in a race. And all of those niggling pains I've been dealing with throughout the last couple of months just started to remind me that they were there. So then when I hit mile 10, I was supposed to take my last gel. Somewhere along the line, I had dropped one of my gels unknowingly. So unfortunately for me, I usually take an extra gel just in case this happened. Guess what? I didn't do that this time. Now, ironically, the flavor of the gel that I dropped was birthday cake. But that's when the wheels started coming off the cart mentally and physically. I really tried to rally in that next mile. I just couldn't. Finally, I slowed down to a walk and that kind of mentally took a blow. I really struggled with that mentally and emotionally. I didn't like that I had to do that. It was just, I had it, I was done. So from there, I walked when I felt like I needed to, and I pushed as hard as I could on the runs when I did run. And then once I hit within sight of the finish line, I really tried to push all the way through. Looking at that finish line video that Karen took, I felt like I was running through peanut butter. My legs were done. And yes, I did outrun the Blerch. Now what you didn't see is when I crossed the finish line, Kirk, Karen's husband, was standing right there smiling with a cup of water, and I looked at him and my legs buckled. I sat down on the wet pavement. I didn't care. I was gasping for breath and I really struggled. Now bear with me here for a second because I really enjoyed this race. If there's anything you take away from this, I enjoyed this race. I had so much fun. But my first reaction was disappointment. And that had nothing to do with my time. I actually put down a pretty respectable time given the conditions. Now I think what this was about, it's not that race. It wasn't this snapshot in time. It wasn't this particular moment and this particular effort. What I think is happening, and the reason why I was disappointed with that effort, was that it's another example of something that I'm seeing as a trend, that in the later stages of a long run or a long hard race effort, I don't have the mental stamina at speed, nor do I have that endurance at speed. So it's like I get to a certain point in my long runs or in my races and I'm just like, okay, I'm over it. And now I want to be very clear here. This has nothing to do with how I'm coached or my training plan. Christine is awesome. She is giving me so much great stuff to work with. And I'm doing all the running. It's not about the lack of running. It's not about any of that. This is something that I've just recently discovered, an aspect of my training that I didn't even realize I hadn't tapped into. It's that mental toughness piece. I want to start working on that going forward. I also think a lot of this is the last race of my fall race season. I'm gonna take it easy going into Wine and Dine, and then I'm gonna take some time off of those hard efforts for a while. But that's how this went, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little recap and kind of walk along with me through this weekend. Here's what's coming up on Tuesday. I'm talking about the 7 don'ts of distance training, so please subscribe. You don't want to miss that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video. My question for you today is this: what do you have on your race calendar, or are you done for this season? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also leave any questions if you want me to cover those in an upcoming video. Go find your awesome, beat the Blerch. Until next time, happy running.